But I feel like the initial videos I made about Gaza were like taking stuff I had been taught in high school, like the genocide of the Native American population, drawing like the parallels between that and the genocide of the Palestinian people. You know, a really like powerful story that comes to mind about that is how Zionists have mowed down, uprooted over 1 million Palestinian-owned olive trees in Palestine, simply because the farmers and the Palestinians, they rely on these groves for economic stability, particularly in the West Bank. So when they remove the stability that keeps Palestinians on that land and be able to stay there and live there without, you know, having to look for other economic opportunities to sustain themselves, they are put at risk of being drove off their and ethnically cleansed from their land. It makes it so much easier. And that is the point. And you'll see like Israeli settler violence increase during the olive harvest in Palestine for that reason. And learning about that and looking at like the photos of the, you know, piles of trees that are just like, it's so sad. There's like the Lorax, right? It looks like the Lorax basically in some of these situations. Just cut trees, desolate. And it reminded me of the infamous photo of the American bison piled up with their skulls, where the U.S. government and the Department of War at the time were paying people to hunt and genocide the American bison because they were the stability for the tribes of the Midwest. And I feel like there's just so many parallels, and I know a lot more about these parallels now as I've, you know, studied the history of resistance and oppression, but their tactics are borrowed from each other throughout history, and it repeats itself. And so seeing those such strong parallels, like the Bantustans in South Africa and the ghettos in Europe to the enclaves in the West Bank, they're all like the same idea behind them, the same motivation to like dominate and control and, you know, put these populations at risk